Welcome students. Today we have to discuss about the viruses. So first of all, we have to define the viruses as these are the non-cellular and infectious entities which contain RNA or DNA encased in the protein coat and reproduce only in the living cell. After that, if you have seen towards the history of the discovery of viruses, so the word virus is derived from the Latin word venom, which means poisonous substances, and it was used to describe any disease-causing substances. And if we have seen towards its discovery, about 15 years before the development of the electron microscope, existence of viruses was demonstrated as a large group of them acellular disease-causing agents which were composed of nucleic acid and which are encapsulated by a protein coat by Louis Pasteur in 1884 and A. Meyer in the 1886 during their studies on the mosaic disease to tobacco plants. After that, in 1892, D. Levansky prepared an extract from tobacco plants that were suffering from the tobacco mosaic disease, and those extract from the other when they have passed through a filtrable to prevent the passage of bacteria. The filtrate was able to infect the healthy tobacco leaf. As a result of this experiment, these disease-causing agents were named filterable viruses. And later, F. Stewart and F.D. Hurley, they have independently discovered that some viruses infect the bacteria, and they term these viruses as the bacteriophages, eaters of the bacteria, or simply phage. In 1935, W. Stanley demonstrated the structure of the plant viruses of tobacco mosaic virus. They crystallized the virus and then showed that it is largely composed of proteins. Later, other scientists showed that these crystals also contain a small but constant amount of RNA. Chemical study of other viruses revealed that some contain DNA in addition to protein, but no virus has been found to contain both DNA and RNA at the same time. In addition to the nucleic acid, some viruses contain lipids, some contain carbohydrates, and some contains the protein component in their protein components. After that, if we have seen towards the main characteristics of the virus, then we come to know that the viruses are the disease-causing agents and they are quite small. Therefore, they are invisible in the light microscope, and they can pass through the filters that retain most of the bacteria. Then the next point is they do not multiply in culture, as we have seen in the case of the bacteria. Instead, they are non-living outside the host cell. They are composed of nucleic acid, DNA or RNA core surrounded and protected by a protein coat called the capsid. And the DNA or RNA functions as the viral genome. So those that contain RNA contain an unusual biological property of having the genetic information permanently encoded in the RNA. If we have seen towards the types of the RNA viruses, then there are some animal viruses which cause diseases in the animals, and they are usually consist of DNA core protected by capsid. Plant viruses are the viruses which cause disease in the plants. On a plant virus consists of RNA core surrounded by the protective protein core. For example, tobacco mosaic virus and retroviruses are those viruses. It is a special group of viruses that have RNA as their genetic material, and they cause serious disease such as the AIDS in the human. Then Gemini viruses are those viruses which are considered as plant viruses, and they contain single-stranded DNA as the genetic material. Then if we have seen towards the morphology of the viruses, then we come to know that they are variable in their shape, they are variable in their size. Viruses vary greatly in size and shape, small, and the simplest and structurally complete infectious viruses are the virons. Size, these range in size from 20 to 350 nanometers. Most viruses range in size between 10 and 300 nanometers. As you can see in the diagram that there is a large variation in their shape. We can see the pox viruses, then rhabdoviruses, then mumps viruses, even phage viruses, potato viruses, and there is a great variation in their shape. As we have seen, rod-like, elongated, then rounded, then tadpole type. तो जनरलाइज स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ वायरस अगर हम देखें तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एक तो हमने डिस्कस करी दो चीजें इसमें कि इसके बाहर जो है वो प्रोटीन कोड होगा और अंदर जो है वो जिसका जीनोम प्रेजेंट है वो जो अदर इट इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ द डीएनए और द आरएनए. So each virus consists of a DNA or RNA filament forming a core, and the fully assembled infective particle is called a viron. कैप्सिड अगर हम देखेंगे हम किसको कैप्सिड कह रहे हैं, तो वायरस डीएनए जो होता है वो सराउंड होता है बाय कोड ऑफ प्रोटीन कॉल्ड कैप्सिड, और ये जो स्ट्रक्चर होता है ये फॉर्म होता है न्यूक्लिक एसिड से, एंड कैप्सिड जो है वो जनरली काम किया जाता है न्यूक्लियोकैप्सिड. कैप्सिड जो है उसमें प्रोटीन्स होती हैं, और उसमें बेसिक प्रोटीन्स होती है वो हिस्टोन्स होती हैं, हिस्टोन लाइक प्रोटीन्स होती हैं. एडिनोवायरस में यह स्मॉल पेप्टाइड एंड पोलियमाइंस होती हैं बैक्टीरियोफेजेस में. Lipids and carbohydrates are also found in the viruses. These include phospholipids, glycolipids, neutral fats, fatty acids, and cholesterol. Phospholipid is predominant in the viral environment. Capsomeres जो होते हैं या virus coats जो होते हैं, they are often built up of identical repeating units which are called as capsomeres. And capsomeres form highly symmetrical structures that can be crystallized and help to study their structure through the X-ray crystallography. And viral genome अगर हम देखें तो viral genome consists of the nucleic acid, bacteriophages and animal viruses contain DNA, whereas the plant viruses contain RNA. Usually both DNA and RNA never exist in the same viron. एक ही टाइम पे दोनों चीजें नहीं हो सकती. Virons that contain only a single copy of the nucleic acids are called haploid. However, the retroviruses are contain two identical RNA single strands, so they are termed as the diploid viruses. After that, we have to discuss about the specific type of the viruses that we have called bacteriophage. If we have seen its systematic position, its region is vira, subdivision is deoxyvira, class deoxybinella, order is Virales, and name is the bacteriophage. So bacteriophage are the viruses that infect the bacteria. They were discovered by the Frederick W. Todd in England in 1915 and by Felix D. Henle at the Pasteur Institute in Paris in 1917. The term bacteriophage was introduced as which contains the meaning of bacteria eater. So bacteria viruses are widely distributed in nature. Phages exist in almost all of the bacteria. Structure and composition अगर हम देखें इसकी तो like all the viruses bacteriophages जो होते हैं उसमें भी nucleic acid core होती है surrounded होती है by the protein core, और the capsid होते हैं they are made up of the units which are called as the capsomeres. Structure of the T-even viruses अगर हम देखें तो T-even poliophage is tadpole shaped and it consists of the head and a tail. Head अगर हम देखें तो it is in the form of a bipyramidal hexagonal prism and the head consists of proteinaceous membrane enclosing a core of double-stranded viral DNA. Tail अगर हम देखें तो cylindrical है जो attach होती है to one end of the head and the tail is made up of the four components. ये four components जो हैं इनको अगर हम देखें इस डायग्राम में तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपको नजर आता है कि एक हेड ऊपर प्रेजेंट है और it is a central helical hollow tube or the core through which the viral DNA passes during the infection. The core is surrounded by a helical proteinous sheet. The sheet is connected to a thin disc or the collar at the head end, and the distal end of the sheet is connected to a hexagonal basal plate, which is a complex structure. The plate has a pin at every corner. The plate along with its pin is connected to the 6 long thin tail fibers, which are the organs of attachment to the wall of the host cell. So you can see every structure in this diagram. And if we have seen towards the types of the bacteriophage, there are two main types of the bacteriophages. One is known as the lytic and the second one is known as the temperate or the anti or the avirulent phase. The lytic or the virulent phage होती है वो होते हैं which can destroy their host bacterial cell after the infection, or they reproduce करते हैं inside the cell and produce a large number of the viruses. Host cell bursts and release the new phages which infect other bacterial cells and they exhibit the lytic cycle. While the temperate or avirulent phages जो होते हैं these are the phages that do not harm and destroy the host bacterial cell, and the viral nucleic acid is carried and replicated in the host bacterial cell without any damage for the many generations. However, temperate phages may spontaneously become virulent at some subsequent generations and lyses the host cell, which exhibits the lysogenic cycle. If we have seen towards the life cycle of the bacteriophages, then two different types of the life cycle are exhibited by the bacteriophage, lytic and lysogenic. Lytic life cycle जो होता है इसमें कुछ stages जो है वो हमें दोनों के अंदर ही नजर आएंगी. एक जो steps होते हैं वो notice होते हैं during the life cycle of a lytic bacteriophage, as you can see in this diagram. adsorption. The first step of infection of the host bacterial cell by a phage is adsorption. The virion attaches itself to the host cell through the ionic bonds or at one or the more or less specific receptor sites which interact with the specific proteins in the capsids or the virion. Then the next step is the penetration. In this penetration, the second step is called penetration. The tip of the virus tail is attached to the receptor sites on the bacterial cell surface. The tail fibers bend to anchor the tail pins and base plates to the cell surface. The tail sheath contracts, forcing the hollow spikes into the cell. Lysozyme in the base plate helps the process. The viral nucleic acid is injected into the host cell. The protein coat remains outside the cell. Then establishment of the viral DNA in the host. The viral DNA takes control of the cell metabolism and directs the bacterium for production of the viral enzyme using ribosomes of the host. These include nucleases that break down host DNA, viral mRNA forms which direct synthesis of the viral protein that assembles the head, tails, and fibers. The viral DNA replicates and its amount increases. This phase of life cycle is called as the transcription. Assembly of the bacteriophages. While the synthesis of both structural proteins and nucleic acid is taking place, new phage begins to assemble about 25 minutes after initial infection. Some 200 new bacteriophages have been assembled. Then release of bacteriophage. After the assembly of phages, the bacterial cell bursts, releasing new phages to infect other bacteria and begin the cycle over again. The last phase is called assembly and release. This time, the time taken from infection until lysis is called as the latent period. And the next one is the lysogeny or the lysogenic life cycle of a bacteriophage. So not all the infections of the bacterial cell by the phage terminate in the lysis. मतलब हमेशा lysis नहीं होता, कुछ cases के अंदर जो entirely different relationship हमें नजर आता है जिसको हम नाम देते हैं lysogeny का, meaning having potential for lysis will develop between the virus and its bacterial host. In the lysogeny, the viral DNA of the temperate phage, instead of taking over the functions of these cells' genes, is incorporated into the host DNA and become a prophage in the bacterial chromosome, acting as a gene. In lysogeny, the bacterium metabolizes and reproduces normally. The viral DNA is transmitted to each daughter cell through all the successive generations. Sometimes, however, for reasons unknown, the viral DNA is removed from the host chromosome and the lytic cycle occurs. This process is called spontaneous induction. A change from lysogeny to lysis can sometimes be induced by irradiation with the ultraviolet light or by exposure to some chemicals. Lysogeny has been studied best in the poliophage lambda. It has been observed that the multiplication of the phage is repressed inside the infected cell because the genes responsible for phage multiplication and lysis are switched off. The phage possesses a gene that codes for repressor proteins which makes the cell resistant to lysis initiated either by the prophage or an other lytic virus. The repressor protein has been isolated and purified. It is an acidic protein. So when the phage lambda is exposed to ultraviolet light, this introduces the synthesis of a protein in the host cell. This protein has the proteolytic activity and cleaves the repressor protein, preventing it to bind to the lambda prophage. This possibly induces the lysis. So that's it for today.